Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the achievement test in history. Before going into the achievement test, that means how we prepare the achievement test, I want to say few words about the evaluation. What is evaluation and what are the results of the evaluation? For that, I give some definitions for evaluation. According to Clark and Starr, evaluation is the judgment or interpretation that one draws from the information at hand about a pupil's work. That is, evaluation is the judgment and interpretations of the pupil's work. Then second one, J.W. Wrightstone. According to this theory, this definition, the emphasis in evaluation is upon broad personality changes and major objectives of an educational program. The evaluation is not only include knowledge and skills, but also attitudes, interests, ideals, way of thinking, work habits, and personal and social adaptability of the students. So, from the pupils' work or from the students' test, we can get the how the students studied and the knowledge of the students and skills of the students, and also attitudes, interests, ideas, way of thinking, work habits, and personal and social adaptability. Then next, according to the Kothari Commission, evaluation is a continuous process, forms an integral part of total system of education, and is intimately related to educational objectives. So what are the educational objectives for history subject, for social science? Already during the preparation of the lesson plan, we can list out the objectives, educational objectives. So for history, attitudes, interests, practical skills, critical thinking, understanding, and knowledge are the educational objectives for the history subject. So evaluation is a continuous process, forms an integral part of the total system of education. That means educational objectives. So then evaluation is on a pupil study habits and teachers' methods of instruction. So the evaluation helps not only to measure educational achievements but also to improve it. So from the evaluation of the students, we can measure the educational achievements and also whether we are achieving, as a teacher, whether we are achieving our goal, as a student, whether they are achieving their goal. So from the evaluation we can find, and from that conclusion it will help to us to improve it. So from these definitions, these three definitions, it can be concluded that evaluation is such a process which assesses the achievements, interests, abilities, skills, and attitudes of the students. Moreover, the evaluation guides them, the teacher and the students, for their future development. Okay. The next, what are the tools we can use for the evaluation? A tool of evaluation is a device or technique to measure what is required to be measured. Okay, so what are the tools? Diagnosis test, aptitude test, proficiency test, an achievement test, personality inventory, rating scale, questionnaire, interviews, anecdotal records, sociometric technique. So depending on the nature and purpose of the evaluation, we can use any types of these tests. Okay, these are the tools of evaluation. Then next, we can see the main point, that is the achievement test. What is meant by achievement test? Then why we conduct from the achievement test? What are the things we can derive? So according to N.M. Dowring, any test that measure the attainments or accomplishments, that is called achievement test. The achievement test administered by the teacher in the classroom in the form of unit test or terminal examination. The achievement test measure the quality and quantity of learning attained in a subject after certain period of instruction. That means now you are going to teaching practice the schools. Now after the teaching of 30 lesson plan, you can conduct the achievement test. For that purpose only, I am discussing the achievement test for you. Okay, these tests provide the necessary feedback for the student. So after the test, we can get this some result now. So from the result or from the test, we can the test provide the necessary feedback for the students as well as the teachers in the teaching learning process. Already we saw in the definition no. So after the results or after the evaluation or after any test, we can get the feedback of the student and teaching learning process. Then next, function of an achievement test. To determine the level of attainment of a student in the class in a given subject or unperforming a particular task. And also to provide basis for promotion of a candidate to the next higher grade. If it is a terminal examination, the evaluation or the test provide the basis for the promotion of a particular student to the next higher grade. So to motivate the students before taking up a new assignment or the next test. Suppose it is unit test 1, then from the result of the unit test 1, the student can motivate this to get more marks in the future test also. Okay, the test acts as a motivation. Then to make an assessment of the performance of a teacher. So after the result of the whole class, the result will reflect the performance of a teacher, to what extent he or she is successful in his or her teaching. So these are the functions of an achievement test. Then types of achievement test. Types of achievement test. There are two types: standardized achievement test, teacher made achievement test. So standardized achievement test, example, all competitive examination, that is TNPC, TRB, UPSC, SSC, etc. like that. These are the standardized achievement test. But now we see the teacher made test. The teacher made test divided into two: oral test and a written test. Then written test again divided into three types of test, three types of question we can prepare for the teachers made achievement test. Essay type questions, short answer questions, then objective type questions. Now we can see one by one. Essay type questions or essay type test. Then from the essay type questions, we can get the total picture of the particular student. That means The students are expected to write essays on some topics or some principles or some ideas or some personalities. To write 3 or 4 pages, that is 300 to 500 words. Now, essay type questions attempt is made to test the student's ability to interpret data, organize and summarize ideas, apply principles, describe events, describe about the personality or person and places, think creatively and critically, then compare and contrast also. So, the examinees have to recall the facts or principles in the essay type questions. They have to list out or outline, then compare and contrast, arrange or select, then illustration also they can give in the essay type of questions, then interpretation of the particular event or the particular personality, then evaluate the particular administration also. Student can write in the essay type questions. So, for example, discuss for the essay type question, I give some more 3 examples. Discuss or evaluate the religious policy of Akbar. For this question, the students have to elaborate the religious policy of Akbar. In the word evaluate, the students give the merits and demerits. The students should analyze the religious policy of Akbar, then arrange it and then write it. Okay. Then second one, India is a rich country. Second question, India is a rich country, but Indians are poor. Discuss the above paradoxical state. India is rich, but Indians are poor. So for that, the students should analyze why Indians are poor. What are the reasons? They have to analyze and then write the answer for this question. Then third one, what are the advantages of prohibition? Do you think prohibition should be enforced by law? Give reason. This also a elaborate questions, the reason out questions. So from these 3 questions, you can get some ideas. That is, from the essay type of question, we can get the people's capacity for sustained thinking and their ability to marshal facts and arguments in order to prove or refute a point of view. Then from these questions, you can get best means of evaluating the qualitative aspect of expression of the thought. And also, this essay type questions helps in securing evidence on attitudes and controversial issues of the particular students. So these are the merits or benefits by the essay type questions. Then in detail we discuss the merits of essay type questions. You think that the 3 questions, the essay type questions, it can measure the opinions of people, their power of marshalling the facts, give relatively more freedom to the people. These are the merits of essay type questions. Then what are the limitations of the essay type questions? So from the essay type of questions, we can get the whole knowledge of the whole picture of the particular students. Even though there are some defects or there are some demerits or limitations of the essay type questions. The essay type questions give undue emphasis to unnecessary elements like vocabulary, handwriting and style of writing. The examiner evaluates the essay type of questions, essay type answer. The answer, the vocabulary that used by the particular students will influence the examiner. And also, if his handwriting is very good or very attractive, so it will lead to give more marks by the examiners. So unnecessary elements were there. Then lot of scope for guessing work. Lot of scope for guessing work. For the essay type questions, the students are writing whatever they want. So without studying also they can write something. So that led to the guessing work. Then the third one, accurate marking of essay is an internal problem. For that I give one right example. There are 27 examinees, 27 examiners. Okay, that means 27 students writing the essay type test. 27 examiners are ready to correct the paper. So result is published. One student failed by the 4 examiners. Okay, listen carefully. One student failed by the 4 examiners. 20, the same student get the pass mark by the 20 examiner. So 20 4 examiner failed the particular student. 20 examiner have him a just pass mark. Then one examiner gave second class mark. Then the student is same only. The 2 examiners give first class marks to the particular students. So from this example, you can get some conclusion. That means there is no accurate marking of essay type questions. Okay. Then comparatively much time is spent on answering the essay type of paper and evaluating the answer also. Okay. Then so from the essay type questions, there are some limitations and there are merits also. So to remove the or to eradicate or to overcome the limitations of the essay type questions only, now short type answer questions and objective type questions are included in the question paper. Okay, to remove or to overcome the demerits of the essay type questions only, now we include the short answer and the objective type questions. So short answer questions. The short answer questions, I give some examples, read out and then we discuss. Explain the 4 factors led to the formation of Indian National Congress knowledge level questions. In short answer questions, we can give knowledge level questions and understanding level question and critical thinking questions also. So the word we use, that is define the if it is knowledge level questions or understanding level questions or critical thinking questions. So I give 3 examples. Explain 4 factors. So explain knowledge level. Then identify and enumerate 4 points to justify that the revolt of 1857 revolt was a popular rising. So the students should justify their answer whether the 1857 revolt is a popular rising or not. So this is the understanding level questions. Then third one, how do you infer that the Indus Valley civilization had contact with other civilization of the times? So how do infer? How you can say, or you have to, the students have to give the reasons or examples for the Indus Valley civilization trade with the other civilization of the times. So these are the examples for the short answer questions. So the short answer questions are set to which pointed answers have to be given. Then answer may vary from 1 word to 53 words. The main purpose is to test a large amount of knowledge, abilities and understanding within a short time only. We can give the short answer questions. In short answer questions, there is not much scope for variation in answers as the demand of the question is very specific. Then language does not play a predominant part in the answer as the examinees are not required to write much. Then scoring may be made more objective than the essay type questions. Then short answer type questions are not as a mechanical as a objective type test. They can be used for testing understanding of casual relationship, appreciation of the contribution of the great personality within a short time. So these are the short answer questions. Then we can pass on to the objective type questions. Already we discussed teacher made test is divided into oral test and written test. Written test is divided into 3 parts: essay type of questions, short type questions. Then last one, the objective questions are divided into so many parts. As it depends upon the teacher's ability and creativity, they can frame the objective type questions. So each and objective questions, objective type tests are becoming more and more popular day by day because vast areas of knowledge and understanding can be tested through objective type test in a very short period of time. Okay. Already we saw the example for the standardized test, no? NTC, TRP, SSC. Okay. But our object test used for measuring academic knowledge of school students are prepared by the teacher themselves. Our achievement test is prepared by teachers themselves only. These are called non-standardized tests. Okay. The teacher can construct the various types of questions depending upon his or her ability, imagination and creativity. Okay. There are questions for which the examiners have to recognize and select one correct answer out of 4 or 5 given answers. That means you should select the correct answers out of 4 or 5 given answers. That is called as the recognition type of questions. Then what is meant by recall questions? Questions requiring recall of memory in 1 or 2 words can also be constructed by the teacher. Such type of questions can be called as the recall type questions. Then true or false. Okay, no. Then multiple choice questions, that is recognition type of questions. Then match the following. Then completion, that is fill up questions. These are the various types of objective type questions. Now we can see one by one. First one, I give examples for the one word or simple recall questions. The one word and a simple recall questions. A definite and straight question is asked. You saw the examples. Where was the first battle of Panipat fought? So the place. What is the per capita income of India in 2003? Then when was Akbar born? Year. Who was the founder of the Mughal dynasty? Name. So name, place, year, then amount. Okay. So a definite and a straight question is asked in it which has only one definite answer. Sometimes this answer is very brief, consisting of only one or two words or at the most one sentence. Okay. Then next, true or false questions. So here some statements are given. The first battle of Panipat was fought. So like that, there are some statements are given in this example. Some statements are correct while others are wrong. The students are asked to put tick mark on the right answer and cross mark on the wrong answer. So if you tick right, that is correct, true. If the student mark cross mark, into mark, the answer is false. Such type of questions are used in maximum number. Technically, such type of questions are considered to be the best in the school level test. So, you read the examples. First battle of Panipat was fought in 1526. L.K. Advani is the Prime Minister of India. Whether it is correct or not, then India gets more rain in the month of May. Belai steel plant is established with the help of Russia. Whether the statements are true or false, the student should put right mark or cross mark. So this type of question is called as the true or false. Then next one, multiple choice questions. Multiple choice, itself we can get some meaning. No, here one complete statement is given and also some alternative answers. Out of those answers, only one answer is correct. So students are asked to complete the statement with correct answer. Okay, the question is India. See the example. India is suffering from acute food problem because. So food problem. We are facing the food problem because. There are four answers are there. No, Indians eat a lot of food grains. India exports a substantial amount of food grains. India's population is increasing at a very fast speed. The government of India is not finding any solution. So which is the correct answer for this statement? Okay, you select and write it. So from the fourth choice, the student should select correct answer and then write. It is called as the multiple choice questions. Then matching type questions. Match the following or matching type questions. There are two columns. No, in this type of test, there are two columns. One side 1, 2, 3. This is Punjab. So there are two columns. In one column, there are statements or the questions, while in other column are their answers. The students are expected to establish relationship between the statement and their answer. That means part 1, part 2. The students should establish a relationship. What is the answer for the Kosi? What is the answer for the Nagarjuna Sagar? Okay. So this is an example. I give in example names of river valley project and the states in which they are built in a disarranged manner. So put them in right order. Okay, you should select Kosi. What is the state name? You should find out. The student should find out, then either answer or the number. Okay, this is the match type questions. Then completion type questions or fill up questions. Completion type or fill in the blanks. In these type of tests, students are expected to fill in some specific answer Which name, date, number or place. I give some example. The first war of Indian independence was fought in. Then Indian National Congress was founded by. Completion type questions. In this type of test, students are expected to fill in some specific name, date, number or place. Give, for example, the first war of Indian independence was fought in. Then the Indian National Congress was founded by the Englishman named that. The first Arab invasion of Sindh took place in AD year. Justinian recorded Das as the head of the church. So the students are expected to fill the some specific answers. So this is called as the completion type test. So we saw what are the objective type test and types of objective type test. Okay, now we can see the achievement test preparation. How we prepare the achievement test. What is the criteria or what is the criteria of good questions papers? Objective criteria for the good achievement questions paper. So before preparing the question paper for the achievement test, we should know the criteria for the objective test paper. Then objective. To be valid, questions should be based upon predetermined objectives of instruction. That means already we told no, we should frame the some objectives before our teaching. That means while you are preparing the lesson plan, you wrote some objectives. So the question should be based on that objectives only. Then content. What are the lessons you taught? Here, for example, history one lesson, geography one lesson, civics one lesson, economic one lesson, and totally 4 lessons. Within a 30 lesson plan or within a duration of your teaching practice program, you taught 4 lessons for the students. So that content should be taken for the preparation for the question papers. Then third one, form. Form means type of questions. Already I told you, essay type question, short answer question, then objective type questions. Then wording, you should be very careful about the framing the sentence and selecting the words for the questions. Words in here, clearly you should explain you should pick out the words. Words or sentence should not confuse the students. Okay. Then difficulty level. The question should be neither too easy nor too difficult. Then allotment marks. The marks should be judicious. Time duration should be just adequate. So these are the criteria for the good question papers. Then steps in the preparing the achievement test. What are the steps involved in the construction of achievement test? First one, planning of test. Planning of test. So in the planning of test, you should very much care about the objectives of the test. Then determine the maximum time and maximum marks of the particular test. Then second step, preparation of a design for the test. The design for the test is weightage to objectives, weightage to content, weightage to form of questions, weightage to difficulty level. The four things you should very concentrate. First one, weightage to objective. The preparation of a design for the test, four things. Objective, content, form of questions, difficulty level. The first one, weightage to objective. Okay. Then third point, third steps, preparation of the blueprint. Preparation of the blueprint, then writing the test items, then preparation of the scoring scheme and marking scheme, then last one, preparation of question wise analysis. So while you are preparing the question paper, should concentrate on objective, content, form, wording, difficulty level, allotment of marks and time duration. Then you start the preparation of question paper. So planning the test, first step, second step, third. So the 6 steps involved in the construction of the achievement test. Now I prepared one achievement test for the 9th standard students and I will show you. Okay. So first planning the test. First step is planning of test. So objective I frame, determine the maximum time, then maximum marks I decide. Then preparation of a design for the test. That is weightage. Table, 4 table have to prepare. First table, content wise weightage table. This is weightage to content. So already I told you 4 lessons you taught during the teaching practice program. History, geography, civics, economics, each one lesson. Okay. This weightage table indicates the various aspects of the content to be tested and the weightage to be given to these different aspects. For example, history, so out of 50, 30 marks. Geography, out of 50, 12 marks. Civics, 14. Economics, 11. Okay, this indicates the various aspects of the content to be tested. Okay, then next weightage table is objective wise analysis or objective wise table. This table indicates what objectives are to be tested. What objectives? Knowledge, understanding, application and skill. Then the weightage to be given to these different aspects. That is, the weightage to objectives indicates what objectives are to be tested and what weightage has to be given to each objectives. Knowledge 15, understanding 17, application skill 5. So this may vary and it depends upon the subject. So social science, science, language papers. This weightage to the objective is vary from subject to subject. Okay. Then third one, question type wise analysis. That means weightage to form of questions. Okay. Objective type of questions, short answer question, essay type of answer. Then already I told you in objectives there are practical skills is to be tested for the students. So map skill, map also included in the question wise analysis. Objective wise 30, short answer 10, essay type questions 5, map for 5 marks. Then last weightage to difficulty level, that is weightage to difficulty level. This table indicates the total mark and weightage to be given to different level of questions. So easy, average, difficult. Okay. In the preparation of the level of the question, we should care about the average student. Okay. So easy 13, average 25 marks, difficult question 12 marks. Okay. Then the next steps in the achievement preparation, blueprint. Blueprint. What is meant by blueprint? Blueprint, preparation of the blueprint. Then this is the three-dimensional chart. Blueprint is a three-dimensional chart. One is objective, then content, then level of the questions. Okay, one word answer, one word question, short answer, essay type question. So these three: objectives, knowledge, understanding, application skills. Then content, history, geography, civics, economics. Then level, the form of the questions: one word question, short answer, essay type questions in knowledge level. Then one word question, short answer question, essay type question in the understanding level. Then application level. Then skill level. Okay. Then history lesson. For history lesson, two questions are asked in the one word knowledge level. Okay. Questions, number of questions within bracket, then marks are right out of the mark. Okay. Two questions, 1 mark. So 2 into 1, 2 marks are given to the one word question in the knowledge level objectives. Okay. Then geography, 4 questions are asked. Then civics, 3 questions. Economics, 2 questions. Knowledge level. In the knowledge level, 11 questions are asked from the 4 lesson. Then understanding, one word, 11 questions are asked from the 4 lessons. Then application. Okay. Then short answer, knowledge level, short answer questions. In geography, 2 questions are asked. Then understanding level, 1 question. Application level, 3 questions. So like that, we should prepare the blueprint. Okay, after the preparation of the blueprint only, we start to write the test items. Test items. Okay, test item means questions. Test item means questions. We should write the based on the blueprint only, we select the questions. If you put 2 questions in the knowledge level for history lesson, you should write 2 questions, knowledge level questions from the history lesson. Okay, these are the questions. Choose the correct answer. These are the questions. These are the choices. You should select the one answer. Okay. The question. Choose the answer questions from the all 4 lessons. You can write this type of questions. Then fill in the blanks. That is the completion type of questions. Find out the correct statement. That's the right answer. Choose the right answer. Then, so match the following. 8. Then part B, short answer. So short answer, 5 questions. Each questions 2 marks are given. So totally 10 marks. Then essay type questions. Evaluate the various function of money. So while you write the essay type questions, it is better it should be in a evaluation manner or estimate or the compare and contrast. Okay, the essay type question. Then only one essay type question, 5 marks is given. Then map work questions. Definitely you should give the map questions for the social science subject at all level, even 6th, 7th, whatever it may be. Okay, you should give the map work questions. So 5 places the students should point out the Tamil Nadu. For that each place 1 mark is given. Okay, already we saw the tables, weightage tables and blueprint. Then you should prepare the answer key. Question number, answers you should write, then marks, then total marks. So there is no issue in the writing the answer for the one word question, that is objective type of questions. Okay, so one answer, 1 mark, total mark is 1. So up to 22. The short answer question. So short answer is 31. So you should write the points, and for each point you should give 1 mark. Short answer question totally 2 marks. No, so there is a 2 points. So each point have 1 mark. So you give like this. Tsunami is a Japanese term. It means harbor wave. So define tsunami. For that, students should write 2 points. Okay, so 2 marks is given. Then like that, 32, 33. Then essay type question. For the essay type question, 5 marks are given. So minimum the student should write the 5 points. More than 5 points, it's okay, well and good. Okay, so you should divide the marks based on the points you expect. Okay, so this is a essay type question answer for the then map question. Map for 5 places you have to mark: Madurai, Kurkai, Kanchipuram, Arikamedu, Chennai. So each place, each mark. So totally 5 place, 5 marks are given. So like that you for the answer key. Then question wise analysis. So 5 columns, serial number, question serial number, content, history or civics or economics or geography, and what type of objectives you should frame, knowledge level or understanding level or application level or skill level, and what type of questions, essay type question, objective type question, short answer question or map. So like that you prepare the question wise analysis. Okay, so the steps, the 6 steps: planning of the test, preparation of the design for the test, then preparation of the blueprint, then writing the test items, then preparation of the scoring key, then preparation of the question wise analysis. These 6 steps are very important in the preparation in the achievement test. Okay, now let us conclude, let us sum up what we have seen. What is evaluation? Then from the evaluation what we can derive? Then what is the achievement test? In achievement test there are 2 types: standardized test and teacher made test. In the teacher made test we saw achievement test preparation. So why we prepare the achievement test? What is the function of the achievement test? What is the use of achievement test? And what are the things important in the preparation in the achievement test? Then how the test items are to be selected. Okay, thank you.